Hello. It's windy tonight. Everybody
Hello.
else is avoiding the rain or a car wreck or, I'm sorry about that, Hillary, or traveling to Dallas like Sharmila is. We canceled this afternoon because of rain, and we just got heavy rain. I think I heard thunder once.
I've heard it all day.
Yeah, well, it's weird because I've never had that much rain and
Yeah,
that
the
little
streets are
thunder.
pretty flowy.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to share first what I did this weekend. This is one of those where you can make it yourself journals. But I also learned something this weekend that I need to pay closer attention when I make it myself, because these two look very similar, but they're not. This one had drawing paper inside. This one is made with all watercolor paper.
Oh.
So I wish I had taken this one. I thought I threw this one in, but I had grabbed the wrong one because they pretty much look alike. It just doesn't take water as well.
Okay.
The outside cover is watercolor, and that did fine. And that's a LenFoote Hike In. You hike up to it, and it's kind of like a bunkhouse. You stay there, and it's really cool. Then since it was drawing paper, I started, I'll draw a tree, and we were sitting out doing that, but then I just really missed color. So I thought, I'll just give it a try. We have the endless coffee and hot tea and lemonade, and then we hiked over to Springer the next morning. It's about a 10-mile round trip over and back. And so this one I did plein air. I just walked out where this is a rock and this is the white blaze that starts the Appalachian Trail. And I just sketched the words in pencil first, and then very lightly in watercolor, and then came back with the black pen. But it's just a sketch of the guy, taking off on his journey in 1934. So I did that maybe 5 minutes. It didn't take very long. And not a lot of detail, but enough to tell the story. Nimble Gap, again, see how lightweight. I did not layer I did very light on the water, so it didn't ripple too bad. Nimble Gap is the worst uphill on the return hike. It's the steepest, longest part, so I always remember that one. And this is kind of the view out. I did not put much detail at all, just kind of grayed out the impression of where foliage, it's not even foliage, it's like where the end of the trees are so full of teeny tiny branches that it just kind of looks gray. Yeah. And that gave enough of the detail for me. This is where the hikers put their log. They open that up. There's a log book inside where they begin or end the AT. And there were 5 or 6 people starting the northbound trail, which I was surprised at this early in the year. Yeah. Especially with some of the weather coming. But some hikers prefer to hike in cold rather than hot. So anyway, and this was one of the sunrises that was the last sunrise there. So that was kind of fun. So if you're going to make your own journal, pay attention to which one you pick up, and if you want to do watercolor all weekend or whatever it's for, make sure the paper is a better fit for that. So that's pretty much all there was a couple more that I did in my other journal. Billy is a stuffed goat that travels with me, and he gets into all sorts of trouble. Eats my lunch, drinks my coffee. Shadow on the trail, and this was a resting place at mile 1, and then another sunrise. So, but I had both of them with me. Okay, I'm gonna stop that. Make that really short.
Have you hiked any part of the Appalachian Trail?